In this video, we're going to be talking about how Technoblade will be destroying the egg. Now, before we get into it, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and go and follow me on Twitch. We've been streaming quite a lot and I can guarantee that you will enjoy it, and it's free to follow me there. Anyway, enjoy the video. Now, as you may know, Technoblade and Filza have created a group named the Syndicate. The whole reason for it is to promote anarchy and basically have a go at everybody who's trying to create a government. That's the easiest way I can explain it anyway. Now, the Syndicate's base is actually in the Stronghold, and they are using the End Portal as a sort of table, so when they have meetings and things, they're basically just sitting around the End Portal, but canonically they don't know that the End Portal is what it is. Now, the reason I mentioned the Syndicate in relation to the egg is because recently Technoblade has been going around and recruiting new members. The newest member that I know of is actually Captain Puffy, and that only happened literally last night. And the thing is, when you're recruiting new members and getting things together, that only means one thing: you are preparing for something. And the only thing that Technoblade could really be preparing for is either breaking Dream out of prison for some reason, or going and defeating the egg. Now, if we ignore the concept of Technoblade actually breaking Dream out of prison, because we have no idea what's happening with that just yet, and we just have a look at the egg is sort of a government in itself. They have one main leader, which is the actual egg, and the egg is controlling people to be its minions, to do what it wants and to do what it says. And you can literally relate it to every government which has existed on the server, and every government that has existed on the server has always been defeated by Technoblade, and the egg is no different. Now, I believe in the Syndicate there's only 5 members right now. That includes Technoblade and Filza, who are both of the founders, and then Rambo, Nearchew, and Captain Puffy. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Jack Manifold and Fundy join soon, and throughout the upcoming weeks we can probably see a lot more people joining the Syndicate. Now, here's one thing that I think is going to happen with the Syndicate and the egg. Currently, if you've been keeping up to date, Tommy is making a hotel, and at the moment he's put a chunk of the egg into the hotel as a kind of selling point. Now, this selling point for the hotel is very dangerous to everybody other than Tommy. As we know, Tommy doesn't get infected by the egg and he doesn't get controlled or anything like that, but everybody else on the server does, as far as we know. Which means as soon as he starts to launch his hotel and people go to visit and see that there's the egg inside of the hotel, well, they could act a bit different and the whole launch of the hotel could go to shambles. Now, why am I mentioning this? Why is this important? Well, one of the people who have been invited to this hotel launch is actually Technoblade. And although everybody isn't really on good terms with Technoblade, this could either be a trap to get Technoblade infected by the egg, or just, you know, Tommy trying to make more money and using Technoblade as he's one of the richest people on the server. Now, I have a feeling when this hotel launches, it's going to cause a lot of problems, and the people who are going to be there are going to either have to try and stop it, or will just eventually succumb to the egg. Now, I want to talk about the theory with this hotel and the mansion from the Tales from the SMP. A lot of people have been saying that imagine if the TommyInnit hotel is the same mansion that we saw a few days ago. And well, this could be true, but that would mean the Tales from the SMP episode was actually based in the future rather than the past. Now, I mainly assumed that this whole thing was in the past because it's a masquerade, and usually they were done hundreds of years ago. But if this was actually done in the future, that could mean that what Technoblade or Sir Billiam from the Tales from the SMP episode found was actually the TommyInnit hotel, and he's renovated it into his own mansion. Now, obviously this mansion wouldn't then have the egg directly underneath because where the hotel is built is not above the egg. But maybe the seed that is placed into the TommyInnit hotel that he put down could have spawned a new egg, meaning that there's 2 eggs in the world. The one that Sir Billiam has, and then the one that we know of now. Which also could mean that they defeated the original one, which is the one they have in this time period, and the seed that Tommy planted in his hotel sprouted a new one. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but personally I don't really see that happening. But if it did happen, it'd still be really cool, and it'd be a big shock to everyone because nobody really expected this whole thing to be based in the future rather than the past. I don't think Carl specifically said a time period for this episode, which just leaves you to think that maybe the plan was for this all to be set in the future. I'd like to hear what you think about that one, because that one is probably a big reach for a theory, but again, anything could happen, so yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section. With that being said, make sure you are following my Twitch channel, which is in the description. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, watch the video on screen, and I'll see you there.